Okay, so this reading is going to be about your person, how they're viewing you, their feelings toward you. This could be past, present, or near future. So you have to take what resonates and just leave what doesn't. Okay, so the first card that came out was the Nine of Swords. Now, this is definitely your person being in their head, kind of anxious. This could be anxiety, kind of replaying events that took place in the past, the mistakes they made. This could be when it came to the connection that you and them share. And they could have lost a lot of sleep over what happened, or they could be losing sleep over what happened. This is like guilt and fear. Yeah. I feel like they were stressed out about things that they couldn't change. And they were trying to figure out, how can they fix it? How can they mend this connection with you? If they hurt you, that was their main focus because it hurt them too. Yeah. Their main focus was making things right with you. Now, the following cards are the Death card and the Hangman. This is definitely a transformation, a release, letting go, surrendering, but also a new beginning with the Death card. This is you. You went through a transformation while your person was in the Nine of Swords, kind of stuck in their head for a long time, trying to figure out how can they right their wrongs, how can they mend this heartache or this heartbreak, whatever they did to hurt you. But at the time that they were in this phase, you could have healed and moved forward. It's like you release whatever it is that took place between you and your person. But I'm also getting, you release the cycle. It's like you've healed, you've went through a transformation, you've released what no longer served you, and you're starting over in a whole new energy. The past is not affecting you. And they regret Seven of Pentacles, Five of Cups, them waiting so long, focusing on something that did not really matter. Because I feel like your transition, you letting go of the past and moving forward, that's something that was like the main focus or something that was important. They didn't know there was a cycle they needed to end out. They were stuck in regret for a long time. And they felt like when you transition and let go of the heartache, now how are they going to make things right with you? How are they going to mend the past? How are they going to fix this? Because you move forward. And it kind of had them stuck in a energy of reflecting on the things that they needed to change and the things that they weren't focused on, which was a transition, them healing, a certain type of mindset they had, what caused the actions they took when it came to the connection. Because they weren't focusing on the two cups behind them. And I feel like this is you and your person, the Two of Cups energy, the partnership that you and them share. Now, the following card is the World card. They definitely see you as someone who has completed a powerful cycle and stepped into a higher chapter in life. You're someone who is mature, you're whole, and you're operating at a new level. Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. someone who isn't defined by their past. Now, the next cards that came out was the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Now, this is definitely, they want to show up with the Knight of Pentacles. They're realizing there's a cycle they need to end out after watching you end out a cycle and, sitting in regret and sorrow for a long time. Now it's like, okay, I see the bigger picture. I need to focus on these challenges and different things that they need to change in order to complete a cycle as well. But I feel like this is them wanting to show up, be consistent, responsible. This is like slow, deliberate effort. When it comes to the Three of Pentacles, it's definitely the partnership that they share with you. Them teaming up with you. And the Knight of Pentacles is someone that's like very reliable, willing to do the work. Yeah. I'm also getting that they want to restore trust. They felt like the actions they took in the past, it made them feel like you didn't trust them. Yeah. This is someone who wants to create and restore trust and a stable foundation together with the Three of Pentacles. Now, the next card that came out after the Three of Pentacles is like the Knight of Swords. This is like urgent. They feel the need to clear the air, speak their truth. It's like this is... whatever your person have been hiding or holding in, this could be their emotions for you. If they were driven by fear, overthinking, not knowing what to do, they're wanting, they feel like it's urgent to come toward you and speak their truth, express their emotions, because they fear losing you. They also want to cut through some type of confusion. Because I keep hearing clear the air. So I feel like they had been in their head not only about the actions they took, but also them hiding their emotions and not knowing how to openly express them to you. It's like for a long time that could have had them in the Nine of Swords as well. Because the fear, if they were holding on to fear, that came from some type of trauma that they were holding on to and they needed to heal from. And they weren't realizing this at the time that you were releasing what no longer served you, ending out a cycle and moving forward. And this is someone who definitely could have knew that you were their person, but they didn't know that they were in a karmic cycle that needed to close out. They needed to heal. The time that you and them were apart needed to happen in order for both you and them to grow before coming together and partnering up. They didn't see that bigger picture yet. But now they do. And they feel like, okay, they're moving from the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords. Because when they were in this energy of moving slow, stuck in fear, being confused, they didn't really understand the connection, or they didn't have clarity about the connection that you and them share. Like, they didn't have the mental clarity, the magnitude of what you and them share. Now, the next card that came out was the Empress. They view you as this Empress. This Empress. They view you as someone that's very radiant, nurturing, high value. Yeah, I'm hearing you're not going to chase. So maybe your person regret trying to get you to chase after them. Maybe that hurt you. And when they hurt you, it hurt them. Because that wasn't their intention. They weren't paying attention to your value, how they're viewing you now. It's like they're in a total different mindset now versus when they did whatever they did in the past to hurt you. You're someone who embodies the abundance and feminine energy. You embody this divine feminine energy. You're very abundant. You're someone that's very magnetic. And they feel like instead of treating you the way that they treated you in the past, you're someone who is worth honoring and protecting, respecting. Yeah, they were definitely up in their head the way that they treated you in the past for a long time. Because it wasn't their intentions. It's like they were in an energy that they needed to release, but they were unaware at that time. Now, the next cards that came out was the Two of Pentacles and the King of Cups. This is them kind of like juggling their emotions, also juggling life, priorities, feeling conflicted, like going back and forth. And I feel like this is that cycle. And also using their intuition. They could have been going back and forth with that cycle that they were in, the energy they were holding on to, and their intuition trying to guide them out. So it kind of had them feeling like, do you really love them? Do you still feel the same way? Kind of like going back and forth, not knowing what to say, not knowing how to express themselves. Because the King of Cups is someone who, they're very compassionate. They have deep emotional feelings. They're emotionally mature. But they didn't know how to express themselves, how to tell you. And I feel like them having deep emotions for you is what kind of left them not knowing how to express them, like the words to say. Now, the next card is the King of Wands. This is like confidence. Them feeling confident about their self. They're motivated now to take that step, to take action towards releasing how they feel toward you. It's not like a going back and forth energy. This is them wanting to take action and pursue the connection, like claim the connection that you and them share. Okay, so the next cards is the Four of Swords reversed. This is definitely clear confirmation that they're woke. Especially following the King of Wands. They're wide awake. They're seeing the connection fully now. They're seeing that bigger picture now. And I feel like they're With the Four of Swords reverse, it goes back to the Knight of Swords, them emerging from a period of being in isolation, solitude, overthinking the connection, overthinking what took place in the past. This card is saying, like, I'm done waiting. I'm done not saying anything. I'm tired of not being able to sleep at night. It's like they're ready to take action and speak their truth. Now, the next card is the Nine of Cups and the Sun card. You are your person's true wish fulfillment. It's like you make them happy. You bring them joy on all levels. You also bring them clarity. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't have been able to see the bigger picture. And they see you as a source of light and healing energy to them. Someone who makes them feel, who makes their life feel brighter and more honest, authentic, and real. This is someone who often imagine emotional satisfaction and contentment with you. And you really, 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 really make your person happy. Their wish fulfillment is telling you the truth. They want you to know the truth. And I feel like in some type of way, they definitely feel like you knowing the truth about how they feel, it's going to be a relief to them, but they feel like it's going to make you happy. It's going to bring you joy. Yeah. Now, the overall energy is the Chariot from this deck. This is definitely determination, movement. They're moving forward with purpose. This is someone who have overcame fear, any obstacles. They've overcame the cycle that kept them trapped in fear. And they're ready to claim this connection. This is someone standing in their power. With the Chariot. And they're moving forward no matter what. No matter what it takes. And I feel like if any obstacles come their way, it makes them more determined to come toward you. Toward the connection that you and them share. Now, the next card that came out was from a whole nother deck. I wish you knew how much I love you. This is them, you know, that deep love, but have not been able to express it. This is that heartfelt longing that they have always had for you. But they feel like you don't know this. You don't know how much they love you. Yeah. And they also feel like at times that they feel like this could be times that you were going through difficult times. This could be obstacles. They wanted to tell you how they felt, but they didn't. And they felt like that's when you needed to hear it the most. That ate them up for a long time. And it had them in their head like, do you still love me? That's the card that came out next. They started feeling insecure. And they also thought you healing and moving forward, meaning that you're leaving them behind. You don't love them anymore. You've transitioned. Where does the connection with you and them stand now? It's like all of this was going on in their mind before they fully woke up to the connection that you and them truly share. Yeah. Now, the next card that came out was "You Are Too Good for Me." At that time, they felt unworthy, or it made your transition kind of made them feel unworthy of themselves, their growth. They couldn't match your energy. And it kind of fed the fear that they were in to keep them stuck. But as I say, at a time that they weren't woke and they weren't realizing this. The next card says, "I was in a karmic cycle, still sleep." It's like they were in the energy of repeating toxic patterns, not spiritually woke, and they were confused. And them being in this cycle, blinded to who you are to them fully, the connection that you and them share, that's what caused them hurting you. That's what caused them to treat you less than what you deserved. Yeah. This is them sitting back in reflection mode, realizing, I was in a toxic cycle, still sleep. I didn't even know that there was a cycle that I needed to close out until you woke me up to that as you're closing out cycles. You're overcoming obstacles. You're on the chariot, determined to keep moving forward, despite the obstacles you may have had to face. Yeah. So the next card says, "I never meant to hurt you." This is like genuine remorse. Them feeling deep in their heart, it was not their intention. They weren't thinking. They were accustomed to living their life a certain way, doing things without thinking, operating from an unhealed space. They feel like the way that they hurt you, it came from immaturity. They were immature. They were confused, and they were accustomed to just making poor choices. Now, the next card that came out was, "I cared what my fake friends thought." So a part of why they treated you a certain way and could have wanted you to chase after them is because they allow outside influences to kind of like push them into choices of ghosting you, distancing themselves from you, treating you a certain way. And they feel like that destructive behavior, that type of mindset, is what caused you to move forward at that time. Not knowing you're in and out of toxic cycle. You've changed the whole direction of your life. You've gotten on the path that you're supposed to be on. But in their mind, they're not woke. They were just feeling left behind. Yeah. And they realize how being in this energy allowed karmic energy to cloud their judgment. With "I cared what my fake friends thought." The next card is, "I'm sorry I gambled with your heart." This is someone who had to admit to their self that they risked the relationship for temporary things. Things that they were always supposed to move past. The connection that you and them share, that's something that is worth holding on to. That's something that they can't release. And they're not supposed to release. Yeah, they're seeing how foolish this was. Now the next card is I needed to gain more clarity about our connection. And this required separation. Time and distance away from you to really see what this bond means to them, to the both of you. And reflect on all of the things that they had been avoiding and the choices they made when it came to the connection. Now the next card, which is the last card that came out of this deck, is I have never experienced this type of love. This is a soul level recognition. Soul level love that they will never be able to find anywhere else. They're not connected to the people that they were holding on to in a toxic karmic cycle on a soul level. It's only energetic. So it's like they didn't know they needed to do some clearing, cleansing, and also healing. Because it's like, if you don't heal, it's hard for you to release a lot of people that could be struggling with those same things. It's the energy attachment. But once you release and heal and clear, those type of people, they can feel and sense that you've released it, you've healed. They would definitely feel like left out in the cold, for example. There's nothing in common anymore. You don't have common interests with that person anymore. And that's how their person felt when you move forward. When you release the pain that they caused or the hurt, they were stuck holding on to it, not knowing how to release it, because in their mind, their main focus was, I got to make this right. And I feel like the connection that you and your person share, the reason why they feel these intense, deep feelings for you on a soul level is because you and your person, as I say, are connected in ways that they're not, or you're not, to anyone else. You and your person have shared many of lifetimes together. And that's why the feelings and the love run so deep between the two. Now the next card is from a whole nother deck. This card says, I'm holding on to the memories of us. So this is them definitely looking back on the past, different times that you and them may have shared with each other. The small moments. They're still replaying different events that took place. It doesn't necessarily have to be them hurting you. This could be different, encounters you and them have shared. Time you've spent around your person. Conversations you've had with your person. They're holding on to all of that. Now, the next card said that I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. This is going back to the I cared what my karmic friends thought. It's like they're owning up to allowing pressure and distance. Pressure from other people to distance them from you. They regret listening to other people, allowing other people to cloud their judgment. Now, the next card says, I'm ready to take my mask off. They want to be real. They want to be authentic and vulnerable now. More upfront with you. I realize all the mistakes I've made. This is them taking full accountability for their actions. And they're accepting what they did in the past, and they're releasing it instead of holding on to it. Because they're realizing that's what kept them stuck for a long time. Now, the next card says, I want a future with you. They're thinking about a long-term relationship with you, future with you, not just something that's temporary. Your person is thinking in a whole new energy. They went from immature to thinking more mature on a mental level. Now, the next card is I can't let you go. This is something they realize. They've let other people go. I feel like they were in isolation for a long time, away from everybody. They didn't want to be around nobody after they realized the cycle that they were in, what they were truly up against, and why their judgment was clouded and why they made the decisions they made when it came to the connection with you in the past. They're realizing, I can't let you go. They feel more pulled towards you, drawn toward you. This is why they feel like it's urgent to come toward you. And they may have thought that they could release you, they could ghost you, release their emotions. They're realizing that they can't. I feel like their emotions grew stronger as they were trying to bury how they felt for you and continue to keep a certain mindset, be in a certain type of energy that they were supposed to be releasing. Yeah, now the last card is I need to speak. I need to tell you the truth. This is them wanting to be honest. They are wanting to confess. And they know the truth is required in order for you and them to have a fresh start. Yeah. So the last card I got was this message from the universe oracle card. Now this card says it's never too late to start over. You have to trust in the magic of new beginnings. They are waiting for you. Notice them, seize them, and appreciate all that you have. Just relax and trust. This is like the universe letting your person know that when you went through your transformation and you chose to release what no longer serves you, it didn't mean that it was too late for you and them to have a fresh start. And this is reassurance, despite the past mistakes that your person made. There's a genuine new beginning that is possible for you and your person. And the universe is telling you and your person to trust the process. Lessons were learned. You and them both needed to heal. And it's like both people needed to choose to show up honestly and do the work on self. Be honest with self as well. This is a connection that can be reborn on healthier terms. And you and your person come together in union stronger than ever. Yeah, so for a long time, your person definitely was up in their head about the way that they treated you. It wasn't their intentions to hurt you. Um, and at the time that you went through your transformation and you kind of released what no longer serves you, you walked away and started focusing on personal growth. That's when they woke up to what they needed to do. Now that they're seeing the bigger picture, it's like you light up your person's life. You're their true wish fulfillment. And their ultimate happiness is coming to you and speaking their truth.